for whatever reason, you had a lot of incompetency there and a lot of focus on the wrong stuff, which just killed MSNBC to have to admit earlier this morning. Listen in.
What's interesting here is that we're told by two sources close to the case that the information used to put together the case against the suspect was sitting in FBI files and was gathered as perhaps in 2021 or 2022. So could have been used to make an arrest a while ago, and they re-examined this case. And that's going to be a partial vindication for Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino, who has been exhorting the FBI to take another look at the evidence in this case. What it doesn't do, though, is stand up the bizarre theories that Bongino was expounding as a podcaster when he...
Okay, so they got to get their dig in there for Bongino, right? They're going after Hegseth, they're going after Cash, and now they got to go after Bongino because they didn't like how Bongino was questioning all this. Bongino was naturally questioning this because he's sort of like, how can you not find this? How can you guys not figure this out? This kind of feels sort of important to know. You had somebody trying to take down the DNC and the RNC, and we don't know anything. This was very important for him to solve, and it turns out it was there maybe all along. Let's go back.
Trying to suggest that this was an inside job and that the FBI was covering up what it knew. There's no evidence of that. As you know, this case has been the subject of right-wing conspiracy theories, and just recently there was a story that tried to suggest that there was a particular woman was the suspect based on gait analysis. That's not the case. She's not the suspect, and her lawyer is saying she's completely innocent and has nothing to do with this. But again, this arrest appears to solve a 5-year mystery and ends one of the biggest investigations, if these allegations are proven, in recent FBI history, guys.
You know, I'm looking at what Cat Crazy is saying, and I know it's hard to read this, right? Let's put it right over this legal analyst or DOJ reporter, whoever he is, from Ms. Now. Anyway, Cat Crazy Sam saying they were trying to blame it on MAGA or Trump and use it as part of the fake insurrection narrative. You know, I'm going with you, Cat Crazy, because I think that they really didn't want to come out and actually solve this because it was supposed to be part of, okay, crazy MAGA, etc. I think that that's actually kind of plausible. I mean, here's what we know right now. They had a file. They had all the information in it. All Cash and Dan did was go back and look at the file that was there. And what do you know? Presto, we actually have the thing solved after 5 long years. So that is pretty troubling. And this is somebody that was known to the FBI, but for whatever reason, they decided not to go after this person until now. And I think that they're going to have a hard time sort of explaining away, if you would, to everyone how bad they really were at their jobs. But the reason they were so bad, let's face it, guys, is for one reason. They had one motive and one motive only, and that was to make sure that Donald Trump never won again. Never ever won again. The Arctic Frost. I mean, they were so busy going after Ted Cruz and Marsha Blackburn. Chuck Grassley has come out with a whole bunch of stuff. And don't forget, yesterday we reported that Jack Smith's now been subpoenaed. He's going to have to answer to some of these things because they were just spying. I don't know how else to say this. I mean, they were spying. This was a metadata collection that was enormous. I mean, we're talking about millions and millions and millions of phone records and 400 people that they were targeting. It's outrageous. Ted Cruz, who was making the point that, you know, they could have, the phone companies said, hey, I'm not going to go along with that court order. But in some cases they did. Apparently AT&T did and Verizon did. And this is a big deal. Like, this is Biden's Watergate, effectively. Some of you have seen this before, but it's worth remembering in light of us learning that they had all this information on the alleged pipe suspect, but they didn't go with it. I'm guessing because they had bigger fish to fry, like, you know, Ted Cruz and Marsha Blackburn and anybody associated with MAGA.
Arctic Frost is Joe Biden's Watergate. Merrick Garland was a fundamentally corrupt attorney general. Jack Smith was a fundamentally corrupt prosecutor. This was a political enemies list from the beginning. 197 subpoenas for 430 Republican entities and individuals. That is an absolute and egregious abuse of power.
Wow. So they ignored a real crime because they were too busy, in my estimation, going out there trying to, we're not supposed to use TAP, I guess, what do they call it? Logging people's phone records. And that's really troubling because it shows where their priorities were. And by the way, this continues to be their priorities. Just look at what's going down with the second strike and the attempt at trying to take out Pete Hegseth and the attempt in so doing trying to take out one President Donald Trump. What do you think this Intel video with the quote-unquote seditious six was all about? Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry, but guys, it's coming to light even on that front that you got no they're there. No they're there. All right? And think about what they did and what they still want to do. I mean, over the however many years that they had, right? It feels like they were trying to cancel everybody for, I don't know, going all the way back to 2016. I had to live through all that. Hey, I'm living proof. I'm here. I'm still here. And I'm still standing. And by the way, it's way better over here. Let me just tell you, reminder to subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff. You can also check me out on Spotify as well. But this is way better over here because I actually get to say what I want and say what I mean. But I think about what they were trying to do with canceling everybody, all while leaving real crimes unsolved.